Hello guys, my name is Ahmed. In this C# lesson, we are starting our medium level question solving part guys. So, let's begin with our first question. Okay, for the first question, what does it say? Array of multiples. Create a function that takes two numbers as an argument, nominal length, and returns an array of multiples of none until the array length reaches length. Okay, let me just copy this example and start writing our code. Now, first, what are we going to do? We are creating our num. And what was our example? I think it was 7. Let's just write 7. And we need to create this length, this num's length. And we need to create an array, right? Because we are going to send this array to our method here. We're just going to create that method. So I'm just going to write an array as well and assign it to my length here. So this array has a length of 5 right now. Now, what are we going to do? First, let's just create our method here. Let's just say public static int array, of course, because we are going to send this array. And what are we going to say? Let's say, okay, let's just say array with an capital E. And of course, I need to write int array here also. Now, let me just call this method from my main. Array equals to my capital A array, and of course num and length. No, okay, this takes num, right? Int num and int length. We are going to create this array inside of this array. Okay, let's just create that array. Let's say int array equals to what's new int length, like we did our main part. Then what I have to do? I have to create a new array values. How am I going to create new values in this array? We're just going to multiply each number with its length and assign it to my array right there. For that, I need to write an for loop. Let's just say int equals to 1, of course. Why 1? Because if I try to multiply by length and I, because what's going to happen is needs to be like this, right? So I'm just gonna multiply this num with I. Why? Because it needs to be the multiples of this num. Then again, smaller than equal, because we are starting at 1, to what my length or my array's length, doesn't matter, it's the same value. And I plus plus. Then just let me just copy and paste there. Then just say fake, oh, not fake array, we created array this time. Arrays I minus 1. Why minus 1? Because if I just only say I here, it's going to start at the first position of array. I don't want it. I want to start at the 0th position, so I need to write minus 1. Then I'm just going to assign my num multiplied by I. So basically what's going to happen, it's going to multiply this number until length. So this is going to give me 7 at the first time, then 14, then 21, then 28, then 35 until it's equals to the length. Of course, I'm talking about the I. Then what am I going to do? I'm just going to return my array. Then I need to write that array down. How am I going to write an array then? I can just create a for each loop, copy this array and paste there, and write console write line curly bracket 0, curly brackets with a space between, and write item. And actually, let me delete this line so it shows better. And console read line, then execute our command. And as you can see, what do we have here? We have our 7. How are we getting the 7? My num is 7. It's going to be written here. Then it's going to get multiplied by I. So I get 7 from the first I, 14 from the second, 24 from the third, and it just goes on like this. Let's change it to some another example. 12 and 10. Then what do we have here? 17 and 6. Okay. Let's just change those. 12 and 10 and execute now. And as you can see, we're getting the multiples of 12 here. Change it to 17 and 6. Then again, we are getting what? We are getting the multiples of 17. And we have the length of 6, guys. Okay, now let's move on to our next question. For this question, what does it say? Reverse the case. So, given a string, create a function to reverse the case. All lowercase letters should be upper and vice versa. Okay, so uppercase is gonna be lower and lower cases is going to be an upper case. Okay, let me copy this. Actually, copy the spontaneous one and delete all of these again. Then delete all of these. And what do I have to create first? I need to create a string variable, right? Let's just say string word and assign it my spontaneous value. Then I need to do what? I need to call my method in a console right now. And first, this needs to be string because it's going to return a string value. Let's just change this to word as well. And it's going to take my string word value. Then let me call my method here. Words. And of course, this needs to be at the bottom. Okay, now we are done with our main method. So, in my word method here, what I need to do, first I need to create an char array, right? Why is that? Because I need to check every character of my word string. So I'm just gonna do that. Let's just say char array equals to what? My words, of course, I need to change to char array as well. But now I need to do another thing. First, I need to do what? I need to compare or basically check this if the first character of my word is an uppercase or lowercase. How am I going to check that? To check that, I'm actually going to create another two char array. One for the lowercase and two for the uppercase. I'm going to create the same char with lower and uppercase. Then I'm going to compare it with my original char array right there. So if it's a lowercase, I'm going to transform it to upper. If it's an upper, I'm going to transform it to lowercase arrays. Let me write char upper, then equal to my word to upper. I'm transforming all of my string here to upper characters. And of course I need to do what? I need to put these first to char array as well. Then again, this is for the uppercase. Let me just copy all of these. Do the same thing for the lowercase arrays. Lower, and lowercase. Okay, perfect. Now what I need to do, I need to create a for loop to check if my characters here is an lowercase or an uppercase character. So let's just write one int I equals 0, I smaller than any of these arrays or these words length. I'm just gonna write my original array's length. It doesn't matter, they all have the same length. Okay, it somehow fixed it. I think I wrote it wrong at the first time. I don't know. Let's move on. Okay, then I'm gonna check it for, let's say, uppercase. If my first character of array equals to the first character of char uppers, do it what? Do it the reverse. So I'm gonna transform it my char array to char array I to char lowers I. So it gets transformed into lowercase character. If it's not equals to uppercase, it should equal to the lower. So I'm gonna transform it to uppercase. Let's just copy paste char upper. Then I'm gonna return what? Return my char array. How am I going to return my char array? I need to return as a string. So I'm gonna write new string char array. Then I think you should be clear. Let's delete this space. Okay. Let me execute my command. And as you can see, I have lowercase s here and I have uppercase s there. It's same with P, O, N, T, A. Same with all of these characters. Let's actually copy this birthday now. paste this here. So as you can see, I have smaller case, lowercase h here, then uppercase happy, lowercase b, uppercase Earth Day, how can you, Earth Day, I don't know how to spell that. And let's just copy the last thing, many thanks. This needs to be all in lowercase. And as you can see, it's all of its characters are in lowercase here. Now, let's move on to our next question. Okay, for this question, it says find the bomb, create a function that finds the word bomb in the given string, not case sensitive. If found, return duck, otherwise return there's no bomb, relax. Okay, let me just copy this example and come here, delete all of these, then this, and actually I shouldn't have deleted that because I need string word again as well. Why? Because I'm gonna input my example there. Then I'm gonna do what? I'm just gonna call my method in my console right line command, and let's just say word again. And okay, we are done with our main method now. Okay, I don't need to change any of these, and I just need to do what? Do another string variable here, and actually another two string variable here. One for I'm just gonna transform all of these to lowercase or uppercase, so this bomb word, so we don't mix these two. So while we're checking this bomb keyword, we can easily check if it's all of its lowercase or uppercase. So basically I'm just gonna write string fake word and transform all of these words characters to lower. So I can check for it, like I can check if backward or so I can do what? I can check if my string equals to lowercase bomb. Now let's just create another thing. Let's just say word2 and assign this to an empty string. Then I'm just gonna start my arguments. Start what? Let's just say if my fake word string here contains a bomb keyword, bomb word. Let's just write that. Fake word contains bomb, lowercase bomb, as you can see. Why? Because we change all of these characters to lowercase. If I were to change this to uppercase, I should have checked for the uppercase bomb here. But I'm just gonna do it for the lowercase for now. It doesn't matter. Now, I'm just gonna do what if it contains a lowercase bomb. I think it was duck. We should write duck. Duck with 3 exclamation marks. Then I'm just gonna put a semicolon. If it's not word2, I think it was, there is no bomb, relax. Okay, then I'm just gonna return my word2. Now let's execute our program here. And as you can see, because there's a bomb keyword, we're getting the duck. Let's just delete this bomb and execute again. As you can see, there's no bomb, relax. Now let's move on to our next question.